Hello and welcome back to Brick Army. So today's build I have for you, and I will try not to mess up this name too much, the Lavochkin 7, which is by Quan Guan, and it's in their range of World War II fighters. So use your format, 60-second speed build, some pics, and then we'll get into the review. Let's crack on and build. Welcome back. Right, the LA-7, also known by the NATO reporting name Finn. So, the instructions first of all. Now, one thing I've noticed, this is the fourth model of this particular range that I have done by Quan Guan, and I have to say, in a lot of ways, each model has got slightly better than the previous ones. And it's no different here with the instructions. They're pretty good indeed. There's a couple of bits on the way you build that I'm not particularly keen on, but they are very Quan Guan. But that's pretty good. It will certainly get you there without too many problems. Now, nothing was missing, nothing was discoloured, and no warpage, which is always fantastic. Now, when I say about the building side of things, it can be a little fiddly sometimes. So, one thing Quan Guan do a lot, which can annoy me a little bit, is they use a lot of these little plugs that will go in the... Let's grab a brick. That will go underneath the brick to create a double-sided brick. Why? There's plenty of double-sided bricks used in this build anyway. Why not just use more of them? It seems a little weird to me, especially when, just to add insult to injury, you get quite a few of these things as well, which are the little nail tack shaped things that will then push in to these to create a fuller stud. Again, really quite tricky to work with if you've got any dexterity issues with your fingers or anything like that. But apart from that, the build itself is pretty good. It's I think they've learnt from doing some of the previous models. So for instance, this area up here between the canopy and the tailplane on the ME-109, I always felt that was a bit under tension and could possibly just explode one day. This one, not a problem at all. The wings, for instance, on the Spitfire, I felt were unnecessarily complicated. These are a lot simpler and go together very well indeed. The stickers on the Mustang, there was quite a few of those, the P-51. In some ways I wasn't sure that they fully worked. They added detail, but sometimes it was a little bit too much. Whereas this, I think, and almost all the stickers are for the fuselage. There's only the stars on the wings themselves. So for instance, this sticker here really does quite create a nice look with that brick there of the exhaust, which I thought was very nice indeed. There is one very tricky sticker though. Let me just pop this back on the canopy. Oh, that was another thing on the P51 Mustang, the canopy. I had to adjust ever so slightly the seating arrangement for the figure. I had to move it around a little bit because otherwise the canopy didn't really fit too well. It would bang on the pilot's head and just wouldn't sit down. This one does. But the sticker I'm talking about is this one here. This is just a one-piece sticker. Funny enough, they give you a spare sticker on there, so it's this long thing here, and it wraps all the way around, which is good, but you have to get that absolutely spot on, and you have to make sure that every single brick is seated exactly right, otherwise it's going to look like a complete dog's dinner. Oh, and just to let you know, we have a spinning propeller, which is absolutely 100% important on these types of planes. Underneath, you get what you would tend to expect. The undercarriage does fold down, so you can have a choice of up or down. The blue is a little bright. However, looking at some of the historical photographs, it's really not far off at all. And it's relatively sturdy. Now, like the other Quan Guan models, this does come with their fantastic posable stand, so you do get to be able to move this in different ways. That one moves up there at all and just plugs in underneath in that bit there. Comes with 3 minifigures, 2 pilots, one of which is in there at the moment. One guy is very obviously a mechanic, and this guy could be a pilot, could be ground crew, whatever you want to do with him. And obviously, as it's Quan Guan, they have their own unique way of doing the minifigures. So, yeah, this Lavochkin 7, I think is pretty good. As I say, there's 1 or 2 bits that perhaps if I was designing this I would have changed, but not a great deal, I'll be honest. As far as the actual design of the thing goes, if I'm being really picky, I would perhaps have this engine cowling just a fraction longer, but it's very close to it. And yeah, this is a plane I like a lot, a model I like a lot. As I say, I think that Quan have perhaps learnt as they've gone through doing this particular range. So I do look forward to the next one that I get from them. Now, this was £19.55, or £19.55. So it is definitely the most expensive in the range. That might be to do with currency fluctuations more than anything else. So, but at that price, it does lift it out of certainly out of the pocket money range. The others, I think, varied. I'll put the price up here for the others, but I think they varied from about £14. So, is this worth it? Well, to me, absolutely. I think this is a cracking model, and I think it's complementary to the range that the Quan Guan do. And one thing that is quite nice on this is the markings on this are of a real aircraft. Now, I'm going to try not to butcher the guy's name, but Ivan Kozidub, who was a 3-time hero of the Soviet Union and their top scoring ace during World War II. This is the markings of his plane, which you can still see in the Central Air Force Museum just outside Moscow, if we ever get a chance to go and visit Moscow these days. But yeah, you can see this actual plane with the actual markings that you build, which I do think is very, very cool, and I really like that sort of thing. So there we go, Lavochkin 7, the LA fin. And yeah, I would definitely recommend this, even if it is a little bit more expensive than the rest of the ones in the range. But there we go. That's today's video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you again. You take care. Bye bye.